Before we begin, a word of warning. Now, I know the video began with this explaining that there will be adult content, but even if you've seen this channel before, today, due to the subject matter, I'm going to have to take swearing to a different level. So if you're offended by swearing and bad language, please stop watching this now. You're on YouTube, you can find an amusing video of a kitten falling over. So if you're still here, let's begin. I recently watched the Netflix series The History of Swear Words, presented by Nicolas Cage, who happily appears to be much less mental than he has been of late. The series explored the words fuck, shit, dick, pussy and damn, for me peaking way too soon by having fuck as the opening episode. But what struck me about this American-made series is they said that although it's one of the most common swear words, fuck is also the most offensive. But I'm British. And like most British people who watched the series, I found myself thinking, no, there's one word that's more offensive than that. So today I present my own episode. This is a brief history of the word cunt. Some people, upon hearing the word cunt, will recoil in horror, frantically crossing themselves and seeking protection from the baby Jesus. But it's just a word. One vowel and 3 consonants, just like down or trip. So why is it the most offensive word in the English language? Cunt is rarely used in films, and it only started making an appearance on television after the word fuck lost most of its potency, although I've noticed in American shows the word is almost always used for shock value. In the excellent Amazon Prime TV show The Boys, the character played by New Zealand actor Carl Urban and his hilarious attempts at doing a Cockney accent. Seriously, I was halfway through the second series before I realised that the butcher was meant to be from London. That character drops the C-bomb every episode to show he's a proper gritty geezer, and also because the British use it so frequently. But what does the word even mean? Many people use it as a swear word just to insult people, suggesting that they are vile or vulgar or unpleasant. But the meaning of cunt is either vulva or vagina. It refers to a lady's undercarriage. So many feminist writers have said it's a dehumanising word which objectifies women down to the different parts of their body. And as a man, I can understand that because I've been called a prick, a dick, a cock and a bell end. But to better understand the word, we need to know where it came from, and no one's entirely sure. It's either an ancient Germanic or an Old Norse word. So it came to England either with the invasion of the Angles or the Vikings. The first written example of it is from the year 1230, referring to a street in London called Grope Cunt Lane. And here the language is wonderfully descriptive. If we take the word grope to mean to fondle or touch inappropriately, and then factor in that this street was rife with prostitution, then suddenly Grope Cunt Lane makes sense. In fact, in 13th and 14th century England, a cunt was a slang word for prostitute. But crucially, it wasn't yet a swear word. That didn't happen until the 17th century, when the softened version, cunny, was also introduced and became popular over in the Americas. The word cunt appears in the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. It's also used as a pun in 3 of Shakespeare's plays. Did you think I meant country matters? I'm English, so I had to study Shakespeare at school. And by the standards of his humour, that joke was fucking genius. But it comes from Hamlet, which is arguably the greatest play of all time, because who doesn't want to watch a mad Dane fantasise about shagging his mum? Once it became a swear word, it all but disappeared. Obviously, people were still using it, but they weren't writing it down. It doesn't resurface in the dictionary until the 1960s. But when it comes to using the most offensive word in the English language, there's something wonderfully British about it. When I first started this channel, one of the most common comments I'd get from people overseas was they couldn't believe how much swearing the British do and our fondness for using the C word. And I think that's because the way Britain is portrayed doesn't meet with reality. In the films, this country is a mixture of the royal family, Mary Poppins and Harry Potter, where we say things like, "I say, old chap, what a simply splendid day. How's about we have tea and scones, and then we can go and play croquet on the lawn, don't you know?" But in reality, if swearing was a sport, Britain would be the undefeated Olympic champions. We are the elite. I have a friend of mine who swears so much that when I introduce her to other people, I say, "Have you fucking met fucking Claire?" just to take the edge off. I'm in a heavy metal band, and about 18 months ago, we played a family-friendly event. So I knew there'd be children in the audience. And before we went on, I was backstage swearing my head off, just trying to get it out of my system. Because I knew if I didn't, I could play one wrong note and the 6-year-olds are learning new words. And when I'm recording these videos, if I stumble over my words or if there's some wind noise, without exception, a string of unbridled profanities will leap from my mouth. Usually I just delete them, but given the subject matter, today I'll put together a compilation at the end of the video. Of course, how often and how strongly we swear will depend on the situation and the relationship we have with the other person or persons. If I'm meeting someone for the first time, I won't swear at all until they do, particularly because I'm a bit old-fashioned if that person is female. And from there on, I can gauge how offensive the language can be. But in Britain, we sometimes use cunt as a form of endearment. If you call your friend a cunt, it implies they know you're using the word for either shock or humour values, and also there's already a level of trust where they know this isn't meant as a personal attack. Is that Dave? Fuck off, you fucking cunt! So there you have it, a brief history of the most offensive word in the English language. It can be an insult, a description of female genitalia, or a greeting among close friends. But however offended you are by the word, it's just a collection of letters. It's just a sound. Whilst I was reading up on this, I found a fetish site for men who like hearing British women drop the C-bomb. And if that's what you're into, if you want to hear British women continuously saying cunt, just go to any British pub on a Friday night. Thanks for watching. But once it became a swear, there, fucking cunt bastard. 14th, no it wasn't, it was the 13th, you fucking jizz bucket. Fuck it. Fuck it. Well then, fucking toasted shit cakes. And, oh hang on, oh, some birdie with those vag turds. That's it, keep me you, I don't want to talk to little shits. And that's what shafted up the arse. I say, oh fucking shit. That's the thing about the English, we're so sophisticated. Fucking spit it out, you cum guzzling crack whore. But crucially, it wasn't yet a swear word. That didn't happen until I came on her fucking tits. So that's a little insight into the exciting world of editing. Thanks for watching.